Hey folks, welcome back, another Bowmaster video, and today we're gonna talk about Sableye and Caitlin, Mega Sableye and Caitlin, which is coming out tonight, which is cool. Which, as usual, I will be summoning live for. So make sure y'all subscribe and notification on so you can tune in to the Halloween summons, or second part of the Halloween summons, tonight, right? Which is hopefully gonna be good. Alright, let's talk about Sableye. So Sableye is a dark type support, right? Dark type support, and it's mostly a defensive support, but it can also buff some attack, right? So it's pretty all around sort of support, right? It doesn't really excel at anything specifically, but again, it does give you a lot of really all around buffs in terms of defensively, right? It gives you X defense all, X special defense all, right? Got both of those. Can prop up a crit shield if you want. Can give both around reflect and light screen up if you want. So it's got like basically all of that, right? Which is pretty nice, right? So yeah, and basically, let's go over the stats first, right? So HP is not terrible, but it's not like great either, right? Especially for a tank. But you do have really good defenses: 244 defense, 244 special defense, and then speed's not terrible. It's not great either, but it's not terrible, I guess. Attack is bad, right? And then once you mega, you have almost 300 on both defense and special defense, which is a lot, man. That's a lot. So definitely really good defenses. Just that the HP is not, anything fantastic. So yeah, going over its moves. The moves don't change between Mega and non-Mega, right? There is one passive change though. So yeah, Feint Attack, which is a 2-gauge move, never misses, does like nothing. And then again, X defense all, X special defense all. Then you have Tricky, which is a trainer move, which buffs your team's attack by 2, and then buffs speed and accuracy by 1, right? And then also has condition nullifier to your team if it's used by Mega Sableye. So there's also that as well, right? And then once you mega, actually let's look at non-mega passive. So quick tempo, which is really good as like a pre-mega passive, and it's nice how they replace it because after you mega, you still have quick tempo for like a turn or two, but like generally it's gone around that time, right? Then you have synchro healing. Plus you don't it's not like you can activate it again. You can only activate it once. Alright, synchro healing, so heals your team when you sync, and then vigilance, so you can't get crit. So really good passives, right? Again, for defensive support. And then once you mega, you replace quick tempo with opening blockade. So yeah, so once you mega, you get physical and special. Well, it's not like technically it's not reflect and special or not light screen. It's physical and special damage reduction to your field of play, right? So like if you're playing like a master mode with the permanent field effects, this is actually really nice because you'll have a permanent crit shield, you have a permanent the crit shield's on the grid, but you have a permanent move gauge acceleration, you have permanent physical and special damage reduction, and then if you have a crit shield, so then they can't crit you, because if they crit you they go through the damage reduction, right? But if you have a crit shield, then they can't crit you either. So it'll be a really like absolute monster defensive support, right? Then you have again synchro healing, heals, which is nice, all that stuff. So she is again mainly a defensive support, pretty all around defensive support as well, right? Which is really nice. So overall, she does remind me a bit of Elio, right? She's kind of like a discount Elio. And whereas Ellie also buffs like special defense, right? But could also buff attack and special attack, right? So Ellie is a bit more of like a offensive version of Caitlin. Well, Caitlin's more like a defensive version, right? So it's kind of like that, I guess, right? I do think Ellie is a bit better though, but Caitlin again kind of like that as well, right? She's again more and more defensive. Very fun, interesting kid, I'd say. It's just that like the current meta doesn't really favor her, unfortunately. But I could really see her get really good in the future if we do get some new modes that require a more longevity, survivability over just quick take out the opponent in like 3 turns, right? Sort of battles that we kind of have now. In terms of the grid, right? In terms of the grid, you have some things, right? You have stuff like Flabbergast 4, which has a chance to confuse the opponent with your feint attack at 3 out of 5. Let's see what else we got. 3 out of 5. Healthy healing, which is great for yourself, right? Endurance, and Team Sync Cure, right? First Aid 4. Again, a lot of stuff that either helps heal or keep Sableye alive, right? At 3 out of 5. And then at 2 out of 5, you have stuff like Unbending, Sync Wall, which gives you a crit shield. Although, personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think people are overhyping this crit shield thing. Because, like, Caitlin, she already has Vigilance. And the Sync Wall is only, you know, so your, like, other 2 units get protected from crits. But usually, you know, as usually you don't really have to worry about that, because first of all, crits are kind of rare, and moves and AoE moves are, you know, not super common either. I mean, they happen, but like, so you like, for like Sync Wall to actually be useful, you need the opponent to first of all have crit, second of all crit on their crits, and third of all have it be, you know, an AoE move, so it doesn't just hit Caitlin. And again, Caitlin does have crit shield herself, or vigilance herself anyways, so it's like not that big of a deal, I don't think. But it's nice to have, right? Move gauge refresh on feint attack, and pure refresh on your training move, pep rally on your training move, right? And some other stuff. So yeah, honestly, if you really want to get her, I'd say 1 out of 5 is enough. But 3 out of 5, you do get, again, a lot of great stuff like Flabbergast 4, healthy healing, all that stuff, the first aid stuff, right? 2 out of 5, you do get Sync Wall if you care about that, which again, I don't care about that much. It's just fun. It's not like very, it sounds good on paper. I don't think it's like super useful in practice, unless again, like, you know, you're using her specifically for certain stage that you know will have crit AoE moves, which again goes back to her strengths, which is survivability and longevity in longer battles. For example, in a lot of legendary arenas, once the opponent's HP goes under half, they will use a AoE crit move, right? A guaranteed crit AoE move. So even though she's not really good in Master Mode, she's definitely really nice in Legendary Arena. So if you are struggling with Legendary Arena, she's a really nice tank for Legendary Arena, I'd say, right? It would have been really nice if she had stuff like a Quick Hero or whatever, which would be fantastic for a Legendary Arena, but oh well, I guess. She does have stuff like Team Sync Cure 9, and she does have the condition nullification after you sync though when you use that. But yeah, great defensive support, right? Again, in the current meta, she's not really good at all. I wouldn't say at all, but like, you know, she's not like great in the current meta, but if you are struggling again with Legendary Arena, she's gonna be great there, right? So you could definitely pull for her if you really do need a great tank for Legendary Arena, right? Obviously, if you like the outfit, which is fantastic, she has my favorite outfit so far out of all the seasonals, I think, right? So yeah, if you like the outfit, obviously you could go for it, right? It's just fantastic, right? If you like Sableye, if you like Caitlin, you can definitely go for it. It's a limited unit after all, right? So if your favorite character, just go for it, right? But in terms of, again, like, if you is she like really that? Is she gonna be really helpful for you, like clearing Master Mode or whatever, right? At the moment, the answer is probably no, not really. She's not really gonna help you, you know. I mean, she's gonna help. I'm just saying there's probably better units to spend your gems on if you're worrying about clearing Master Mode. Like, for example, the red banner who's still up, right? Or you could just save for whatever happens in the future. If you, again, don't really care about Caitlin or the outfit, all that stuff. But again, if you do, then go for it, right? So, anyways, yeah, that's me with this one. I guess hope you all enjoyed. My guys, think in the comments down below. Like, enjoy this video, start our channel for some more Pokemon content. Again, I will be summoning for her later tonight when the banner drops. So, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one then.